Amid the vast, cold Atlantic, between Iceland and Norway, lies a group of rocky islands often wrapped in fog and whispering in the sound of the wind. These are the Faroe Islands, one of Europe's most isolated and lesser-known regions. The archipelago consists of 18 main islands, connected by tunnels, bridges, or nothing at all. Some of them can only be reached by ferry or helicopter. Around 53,000 people live on the Faroes. Yet each island has its own character, its own weather, and its own small community. There are no bustling metropolises here, only small towns and villages with colorful rooftops clinging to green slopes. The main city is Tórshavn. It feels more like a cozy fishing village than a capital. But this is where the heart of the archipelago beats. The climate is harsh, rain is frequent, wind almost constant, and sunshine a rare guest. Yet even in bad weather, these islands look magical. Waterfalls tumble off cliffs straight into the ocean, sheep roam endless meadows, and seagulls hang mid-air as if time has stopped. The landscapes are dramatic: steep cliffs, fjords, deep valleys. Most of the terrain is unfit for building or farming, so villages cluster along the coasts. Only narrow roads link them together, often carved straight into the rock. Nature on the Faroes is not just a backdrop, it shapes life. People here have learned to live in symbiosis with the sea, the land, and the animals, to survive when the wind can last for weeks and ships don't come because of storms, and at the same time, to preserve their culture, language, and traditions. The Faroese speak Faroes, a language rooted in Old Norse. They are proud of their autonomy. Although the islands are part of Denmark, they have their own parliament, their own currency, their own laws. It is a world apart. Each village has a small school, often a church, and sometimes a tiny shop. A big event is the opening of a new tunnel, because it means a village becomes a bit less remote. But many villages remain isolated. Some can only be reached by boat. Some are home to fewer than 20 people. And these people are the true guardians of their land. They stay because it is their home, their sea, their story. On the Faroes, most people live in small wooden houses painted in dark colors. Many have traditional turf roofs covered in grass. It's not just aesthetic, but also practical insulation. In families, everyone has their role. Men often work in fishing or shipping. Women run households, work in education, healthcare, or local shops. Young people study locally or go abroad, often to Denmark, for education. Work here revolves mostly around the sea. Fishing is the main industry. Most of the economy depends on catching and processing fish. People work on fishing trawlers, at processing plants, or in ports. Farming is minimal. Due to the climate, only a few crops grow: potatoes, rhubarb, lettuce. The main agricultural activity is sheep farming. Sheep are a symbol of the islands. There are more sheep than people here. Their wool becomes sweaters, mittens, hats. Their meat is used in traditional dishes. Many people work remotely or engage in crafts. Handwork is popular: carving, knitting, sewing. Everything is sold locally or through small online shops. Nature is not a background here. It's a condition of life. People adapt to it. Whatever can be used is used. For example, fish and meat are dried in the wind using traditional fermentation techniques passed down through generations. Firewood is scarce. Trees barely grow here. For heating, people use electricity, which comes from wind, water, and the sun. The Faroes are among global leaders in renewable energy use. Many go to sea in their own boats. They catch cod, haddock, mackerel. Fish is valued not only as food, but as the foundation of everything: economy, culture, tradition. The Faroese language is taught from childhood. Schools also teach Danish and English. But efforts are made to preserve Faroes. It is the core of identity. All signs, documents, songs, and fairy tales are in the native language. Culture is a mix of Scandinavian and local elements. Traditional songs passed down orally are popular. Folk dances, without music, just singing in a circle, are performed at festivals and celebrations. Religion is mainly Lutheran. People follow traditions, honor Sundays, and don't work on holidays. Villages usually have one church, which is the community center. One of the main holidays is Olavsuka, a national celebration in July. It combines religion, history, and culture. Everyone gathers in Torshavn, wears traditional clothing, dances, and sings. There are also local holidays, fishermen's days, village days, children's performances. Everything is simple, sincere, and brings people together. The biggest challenge is isolation. Some young people leave because they see no future. The government encourages internet development, business, and tourism. Yet some villages still lack doctors or schools. The climate is also changing. More rain, fewer fish, unstable weather. This affects farming and fishing. The social structure of the Faroes is clearly horizontal. Power is decentralized. Communities have autonomy in local matters. Villages organize their own lives without excessive bureaucracy. A local elder or council head coordinates with the government. Most key decisions are made collectively. Access to healthcare is limited. Villages have no hospitals, just clinics with a nurse or paramedic. Most services are centralized in Torshavn. In emergencies, helicopter evacuation is used. Births usually happen in the capital or in Denmark. Remote villages have no pharmacies. Medicines are delivered by mail. Transport is mostly by car. Locals use small vehicles. Roads are narrow, often one lane, but well maintained. Key infrastructure includes tunnels. Some go under the ocean. Ferries also operate regularly, even in stormy weather. In winter, some villages are cut off, so people stock up. Internet and digitalization are government priorities. All schools, clinics, and most homes have fiber optic internet. This supports remote learning, telemedicine, and online work. The government promotes digital startups, especially for young people, to curb migration. Migration is a key issue. Young Faroes study in Copenhagen but often don't return. The government offers support programs, funding for local businesses, housing construction, subsidies for young families. Still, isolation, climate, and limited opportunities remain obstacles. Education is free. It is conducted in Faroes. Danish and English are also taught. Primary schools exist in nearly every village. Secondary ones are in regional centers. The only university is in the capital. Lessons are short due to the climate, and children often help with household chores. Education is practical, with an emphasis on natural sciences and local crafts. Women are highly involved in public life. They run schools, businesses, hold political offices. Many work in online businesses, balancing work and family. Domestic violence and gender conflicts are rare. Small communities make everything visible. Seasonality greatly affects life rhythms. Winter brings short days, darkness, storms. People stay indoors more, doing crafts, repairs, socializing. Summer means activity, farming, fishing, construction, festivals. There are specific calendar periods for sheep shearing, food fermentation, and house repairs. Energy is almost entirely green. Wind is the main source. New turbines are being built. There are several hydro plants. Solar power is secondary due to the climate. Many homes have battery systems. The government encourages heat pumps and phasing out fuel oil. Faroese society isn't chasing globalization. It selectively accepts what doesn't harm local values. Digital technologies, yes. Mass tourism, limited. Mass imports, only when there's no local option. In recent years, sustainable tourism has been growing. Visitor numbers are low, but they're educated to respect nature. There are restrictions on cars, drone use, and behavior around sheep and bird nests. Overall, life on the Faroes is a balance between tradition and technology, between isolation and globalization, between the harshness of nature and inner comfort. Here, it's not just about surviving, but living with dignity, with a sense of depth, community, and respect for each day. What fact about the Faroes surprised you most? Could you imagine living among cliffs, sheep, and endless winds? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and join our community of travelers and explorers. Many more amazing stories are ahead.